Very good morning, good evening, good afternoon to all those people who are watching this video from whichever part of the world and in whichever time zone you are in. A very warm welcome to you from the Revolving Perspective. A small initiative from all of us just to give it back to the society of entrepreneurs to understand, what entrepreneurs have gone through, what their success stories are, and to learn from them. Not to reinvent the wheel again, not to, get into the same issues again and again, what our friends have already gone through, and to learn from them what they did in terms of coming out of it, what are the keynotes of their success stories from people across the world. So I'm very sure this is going to benefit to all of us. And in yet another episode of The Revolving Perspective, today we have somebody from Turkey, Istanbul, Miss Figen. Welcome, Figen, and a very warm
Thank you
welcome
very
from
much.
India. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, Fijan, before I start this, just wanted to understand, or before even I understand from you, just let me give our audience a small insight about what you bring on the table along with you. A graduate in political science, a master's in business administration, a nature lover,
Well,
a pet lover, loves traveling, a travel enthusiast, loves talking to people, generating new ideas. Fijan, what all do you do? This is, a list which is endless.
yeah, actually, very briefly, I'm doing services. I'm presenting services in consultancy and also trading. So I have both companies, two companies. The consultancy company, 10 years old, I can say
Great.
10 years old, and this year is going to be 11th year. And the trading company is relatively new. It's 2 years old company. So both of them are serving, by the way, to the clients
Great.
in advisory terms and also trading wise.
That's
I'm
great.
doing both.
That's great. So, Fijan, tell me one thing. What made you to really enter into entrepreneurship? You would have got many options with you because looking at the decorated academics that you have, the options would have been endless in front of you. So, what actually pushed you towards entrepreneur journey?
Yeah, you're right. Because the university I have graduated from, it's one of the Ivy League university in Turkey, one of the top. I can say it's the top university. So really, people were like I felt like I'm playing in championship league in the university, and everybody was dreaming multinational companies after graduation. So you know the names of the
Correct.
multinationals, big, huge multinationals. I also started with multinational companies, by the way, and I don't recommend anyone to start being an entrepreneur right after college. You have to see the real world.
Absolutely.
You have to be seeing the toughness. You have to be also experiencing what it means to be in the payroll of the companies. So, and also you have to suffer a little bit
Yeah.
in the in others companies before you start suffering with your own underwear, by the way, because suffering continues.
Correct.
I will come to that later on. But you're right. I had great opportunities, and I worked in really big American companies in Turkey.
Mhm.
Uh, but at the end of the day, you're feeling something is missing while working in those companies.
Mhm.
And back in college, I was always thinking to have something my own, but it's not easy because you don't have any network, you don't have enough experience to decide the concrete area you're going to be operating. So that's why I wanted to see the world by experiencing different companies. I changed companies, I changed countries, by the way. I was not
Okay.
only sitting in Turkey, I was also working in the States. I was working in UAE, Dubai. So I see many, and Egypt also, Cairo. I see different world for 8 years. And then at the end of the 8 years, I decided to open my own consultancy company. Then later on, 8 years later, I decided to open my trading company. But it didn't come right after college because I
Correct.
needed to see the outside world, experience, and build some network. Because without network, unfortunately, you cannot start building something. You need to know people. You need to know yourself also. So
Absolutely.
you need to see also, at the same time, you need to see what is missing in the corporate world while working for others. What is missing, in both terms, administration terms and managerial terms, and at the same time, human wise. You see how unethical people sometimes, how unfair. So this is all accumulating, and once you want to open your own, you feel you're going to be much stronger, and you're going to be a fighter. And at the same time, whatever you do, either good or bad, it's going to be on your account. You're not going to be like working very hard and like being sad of not rewarded back. Whatever you do in your business, you are going to be rewarded at the end of the day. Even the failures sometimes can happen.
I
So you
agree.
have to be, yeah, preparing yourself for three things. A lot of blood, tears, and sweat. I'm describing the way of entrepreneurship.
So you
A lot of
described
blood.
very beautifully, actually, Fijan, what it takes to experience the corporates before you really enter into this world. Uh, it's a cutthroat world, that's for sure. Okay, it's full of competition. It's full of ups and downs in one's journey. But tell me one thing: if I can take you back 10 years into your life, when you really wanted to start your own consulting firm, and for other entrepreneurs who are now listening, and for other people who are listening who wish to get into this world of entrepreneurship, what are a couple of things that you think one should prepare himself with, or what you prepared yourself with? One was obviously your experience that you were carrying from the corporate working. Other than that, what all couple of things that you should be preparing yourself for while you enter into entrepreneurship? So if you can just let us know what you did.
Yeah, I just started telling, by the way, because being entrepreneur or just trying to build your own, it's not easy.
I
So
agree.
three things you're going to be facing. You're going to bleed.
I
You
agree.
will have a lot of pain on the way, and tears. You're going to cry. And also plus, and metaphorically, I'm not saying you're going to be bleeding, in real terms. And also, you're going to be sweating a lot of hard work, a lot of effort. Sometimes you're going to put a lot and you're going to get nothing. So you have to have the passions. So
Hmm.
three things: if you're not taking the challenges of the blood, tears, and sweat,
Hmm.
so those three things are the three words are really important. It's the summary of all my experience, by the way, for 11 years. But at the end of the day, if you, again, if you don't take the challenge, you're not going to go there. So if you don't want to push your limits or challenge yourself, or you don't like to suffer, or you don't like to get the pain or take the risk, so it's better to you to stay in your stable salary generating jobs. Don't jump into this world, because this world might not be suitable for you. You need to be very self-confident in this part of the world, I can say, because there are two words, actually, Ganjan, to make it clear.
Hmm.
In corporate life, of course, there are many challenges and the competition is there. But at the end of the day, you have your salaries, you have your bonuses, and you have your income. There, stable income, stable
Correct.
job, stable income, kind
Absolutely.
of. In that part of the world which I'm fighting in, nothing is stable. Every day is another adventure. So once
Correct.
you wake up, anything can happen. Anything good can happen, excellent can happen, or bad can happen.
Correct.
You have to be prepared. You have to be prepared. You have to be opening your arms and welcoming the bad and the catastrophes sometimes,
I
as well
agree.
as the good ones. If you're not ready to welcome them, So please stay in your jobs. Don't leave your, safe world. Sometimes being entrepreneur can mean you will face with a lot of losses also. So you're
Correct.
going to lose your how to say your stable income, and
Yeah.
sometimes you will be writing minuses. If you don't have enough courage, and if you cannot take the risk of sometimes facing with a lot of minuses, and even you don't have the power to see how you can overcome the barriers, how you can fight with the hardships. So it's better not to come, not to leave your jobs and enter into this, part of the story. So that's why you have to feel inside of you if you are powerful enough, if you can tolerate any kind of bad things happening, sometimes constantly. Do you have the self-confidence and risk appetite to confront? If you don't have them, so this is not a good thing for you.
This is
If
not
you have
your
them,
cup of tea,
of course,
correct?
yeah, most welcome to try.
I
But it will
completely
take
agree.
time.
I completely agree. You see,
It
very
will take
beautifully you
time.
have summarized actually the start of the journey. Uh, one should have a courage, one should be ready to take the risk, one should also plan well in advance. So all those things, yes, before the start of the journey. Now tell me, Fijan, once you have started, once you are into this world and you have made up your mind and you have started this journey. So if I'm not wrong, this particular journey keeps modifying itself. The challenges keeps modifying itself throughout your
Of
journey.
course.
Rather, it is. I would say an entrepreneur can never say that everything is sorted and now I'm relaxed. So
Nothing
that
is
phase
safe.
never happens.
Yeah. You're
Correct.
not safe
Yeah.
at all.
Absolutely. So, tell me one more thing. Many of the entrepreneurs, and I'm very sure across the globe, wherever people are looking out to enter into this field, they are normally a tendency is to be afraid of crossing the boundaries and the physical boundaries of the countries or going internationally to transact in the beginning phase of the journey. People slowly move ahead and then they enter into international dealings and all. You have been dealing internationally, you have been even in your entrepreneurship journey. So what are a couple of precautions that one must take while he or she is trying to look at eliminating boundaries and going across the globe to do businesses? So a couple of I would say, if not precautions, a couple of things to keep in mind from your side, or
Of course,
from your
of course.
experience.
I definitely recommend being aggressive. So aggression is important in here. Strongly, you have to be strongly aggressive by to attacking. I'm going to be using the word attack,
Hmm.
not of course physically attacking,
Correct.
but with your mind, with your capabilities, and with more networking expansion. You have to expand your network, and you have to be like knocking don't afraid to knock the doors, by the way.
Hmm.
So coming to my experience, I like challenges, and I like to see that I I am the one who is active in in a very niche country, which people cannot, you know, in a normal way, they cannot enter, and they
Correct.
cannot like have the power like I have, such as Saudi Arabia.
Correct.
So I entered to this country by having nothing, no zero connection. But then I started to build a very good network. So being positive is another side of the story, by the way. If you're not positive, if you don't believe in yourself, if you don't believe good things will happen, if you don't leave yourself sometimes with the flow, and if you don't knock every second door Sometimes the door will open, but you're going to have nothing in your hand. But sometimes the door will open and you will have so many resources in your hand, and it will be up to you to evaluate those opportunities and the resources in your hand. The material will come to you, but it's up to you what to cook, to decide how to cook, what to cook, to whom to cook. So it's really important to knock the doors, to be self-confident, and to have the positive actually attitude. So if you're not positive, if you don't like the challenge, if you don't want to risk your resources, so it will be really hard. And what I did, I sacrificed a lot. I sacrificed from my financials. I invested into relations. I was so positive, and I believed in something. And it is coming from inside of you. You have to be listening to your inner side, by the way. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
don't listen what people are saying. Don't listen. Sometimes somebody's experience might not be suitable for you. But if you listen to yourself, your deep listening of yourself, I can call it.
Correct.
So you can understand also what is coming for you. And to make plans doesn't work, by the way. And most of the time, people will tell you, do the plans, do the business plan, and be organized. No, nothing is organized in this world. It's so complicated, full of complex, the complex situations will come always to your face. So you have to be dynamic in replying, by the way.
I agree.
Uh, so just to be planned and to stay between inside the boundaries, or to try to apply the cliches, it won't work.
Mm-hmm.
That's why be flexible, be ready for everything. Be ready for the bad things, by the way.
I agree with you.
Majority of
And be
time.
prepared for the worst.
Exactly. So, but be positive,
Yeah.
believe in yourself, and take a deep breath, and just feel you're powerful, and you're holding your own destiny. And if you put enough effort and a positive thought, and if you're solution oriented, at the end of the day, the hardships will fly. And either this way, or but sometimes, if something is not happening, you have to be thinking that maybe it's good that it's not happening. You have to be thinking also from that side of the, you know, you have to see the, if there is there is water in glass, you don't need to see the empty side of the glass. Look at
Absolutely.
the, you have the water at the end of the day.
That's exactly what we call the revolving perspectives, isn't it? So look at the things from 360 degree. Maybe something good comes out for you. And you rightly said, Fijan,
Exactly.
we can plan for ourselves. We cannot plan for the world. And the entire world is there to, put our plans to, throw them away and then make us run behind one particular thing or the other every single day. And one good
Exactly.
thing that I liked what you just said was every single day when you wake up, it is with a new challenge. Okay, it could
Yeah,
be for your
adventure, I
benefit, it
call
could
it.
be for your
Journey.
it could go wrong as well, isn't it? So tell me, Fijan, just going by what you have just said, and by the way, just the beginning of the interview, and I'm seeing a lot of insights coming our way, on the way of our audience to grab from your experiences. So wanted to utilize this opportunity once again and to ask you, uh, can you take us through one particular experience of yours, if at all it can be shared with all of us, wherein you really experienced right from the bad parts of the world to the good parts of the world in one single dealing? Does that happen in life, or how do you put it across?
Yeah, of course. Sometimes I can give you an example from a mergers and acquisitions deal I was handling. I
Hmm.
was the exclusive sell side advisor of a big company in Turkey,
Hmm.
and I bring on board some Saudi investors. And I worked like 11 months.
Hmm.
But during those months, lots of bad things happened also. So one of the worst thing you can even by the way face with is somebody is trying to steal your work.
I agree. That's
They
something that
want
happens.
to, exactly, they want to own it.
Yeah.
They want to replace you. Even you are the one who built. You're the architect of the deal. You
Hmm.
build everything from scratch, and you put a lot of effort, time, energy, your network, your every day and night. You think about the deal. 24 hours you worked for it, but somebody is stepping in, and which they are having very friendship, how to say, with the owner of the company. They are
Correct.
having close relations, but you are always professional, your arms length strength, distance, but you see them, they are taking him to
That happens. That happens.
exactly. So the personal relations of you can see they can try to take your efforts
I agree.
during the way. So you have to be prepared, by the way. But thank God I had the lawyers. I have, also I can speak for myself. In
Mm.
this situation, I'm recommending everyone, don't afraid to speak for yourself, loud and clear. Don't
Correct.
just go to the corner and it shouldn't be an option to
Correct.
cry and to stay silent and to feel very sad about what is happening. This is really heartbreaking. Of course, this is your effort and you did it, but somebody is trying to take it from your hands, and even you are contracted exclusively, you have maybe 20 pages of the contract. Sometimes people don't,
Honor the
by the way,
contract.
obey. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly, they don't go with the contract. And you have to be prepared. Even you worked very hard, you're putting enormous fish on the table, somebody can say that they are owning the fish, and also they are owning the whole,
The party is
underwear.
theirs.
Yeah, exactly. This is one of the worst experiences I had. But how I overcome? I speak for myself, and
Absolutely.
I went to the people. I went to, by the way, to the person
Mhm.
who is doing wrong. And thank God I had my lawyers, and I warned him in a legal way as well.
Okay.
So don't leave it,
So don't be
okay, to the
afraid of,
people.
defending yourself. That's exactly what you're trying to say. Correct.
Exactly. Defending yourself, speaking loud and clear, and also don't staying silent. Those are the key things. If
Mhm.
you are right, speak
Absolutely.
up for yourself. If you did not deserve something, if something like unfair things are happening to you, people are not, you know, it is happening, by the way,
Uh,
every day, even in this, if you're working in the payroll of other companies. But if you're an entrepreneur, you're owning everything, by all means. So you have to be uh, very much a fighter in here. You have to fight for your rights, and
So
don't be silent at all.
absolutely. Actually, you touched upon a very important aspect here, wherein a person need to really, if you are constructing, if you own that particular thing, you should also learn how to defend it as well, because the world is full of such people, or rather, if I'll not say such
The
people, such
unethical things are
circumstances.
happening.
Yeah,
Yeah,
circumstances do take away at times your hard work and your efforts and everything. But
exactly.
in the past couple of questions, Fijan, I heard you talking a lot about building relations, building networks, and
Yeah, very
and good thing
important.
is we met through a network. So that's how even me and you have met, and this is why we are here today. So even I'm a firm believer that a network is something which really helps you to take a leap over the in this particular journey. Otherwise, from a normal organic route, it may take some time for you to reach out where you want to reach out. A network can expedite that particular process. So, your thoughts on the business networking, like for Empower Network, we got associated with, and now we are here. But one part is networking through your own resources, and then increasing your network organically, slowly, and steadily. The other part is a business network wherein you come across and then you really look at like-minded people and then you try to engage with them. And a follow-up question to it: uh, people are normally afraid of competitions, and competition in nowadays, in today's world, I would say the era of competition is gone. Rather, the era of collaboration is what is coming in, and if somebody can really exploit that, he is going to be the winner of the future. So two questions to you here: one is your take on the business networks that exist or that are coming up, and secondly, uh, do you really believe in collaborating and then growing, or you still believe in strengthening yourself, uh, stand alone, and then taking on the competition by its horns? How do you look at it?
Perfect questions. Thank you so much for raising those questions. Answering the first one, I think networking comes with aggression also. You
Correct.
have to be aggressive in meeting. Now it's the virus, it's unfortunate in every country, and you cannot meet with people. But in the past, I took all the opportunities to meet people, to meet lots of people in the day, in the week, in the month, in the year. So you have to be, and also I was getting really very valuable contacts from the commercial attaches
Hmm.
when I visited a country. I was visiting them, and I was a little, by the way, luck is important also, but you are creating your own luck in a way.
Yeah.
If you don't put the effort, the luck doesn't come to you. You have to be running to the luck, and then luck can walk to you. You can expect
Just
that.
interrupting you here, I got to remember a very interesting line. You rightly said luck is important, but then effort is something that should precede luck. And that's the reason, if you
Exactly.
really look at, our the palmistry, okay, the lines on our palms, God have given fingers in front of them. So you will have to first work with your fingers, and then those lines can really act for you. So yeah,
Of
go on,
course.
please, go on.
Yeah, this is very true. If you don't put the effort, if you don't work hard enough, and if you're not having the good intentions, if you're not committed, if you're not focused, of course, luck is just a word. So you can be sad that saying that you're very unlucky, but you don't think how much effort you put forth. Really, everything is needed in here. You can think yourself as an army. So
Mhm.
we need in this battle everything by all means. Even the slightest thing you can think it's unimportant. Everything is important. You're going into the battle. So networking is also a little bit battling, by the way. You're in the war area, and then lots of things are happening. So you have to be entering to the war by all your faith,
Agree.
your self-confidence, your, by the way, positive attitude, your mind power, your education, your capabilities, everything, by the way, your personality traits, your energy. So everything should be included in here, and you shouldn't be missing any opportunity which makes you know right people. So if
Agree.
you and you can never know, maybe somebody you met like 5 years back, it's going to be very crucial contact.
Correct.
One of your main income, generating points. Now, Corona times, you can never know. So
Correct.
just build people, invest into your relations. Sometimes it's really important investing in relations, important than the money, by the way,
Sure.
because if even somebody can offer you a couple of $1 million, they
Hmm.
cannot open the door, but with your good relations, only a couple of calls, you can open that door instead of, the person who couldn't able to.
Absolutely.
Respect is really important. You have to, while building your relations, you have to make sure that you have the highest respect and credibility, reputation, good reputation. Those words shouldn't be just the words. You have to be, living them. You have to be realizing it during your relations. Uh,
Absolutely.
if you are respected well enough, if you preserve and maintain your credibility, and you have a good reputation, believe to me, you can open the doors really easily.
I agree
And
completely.
money cannot do that. Uh, but having good relations means really something. This is what I believe. And again, be aggressive in building good relations, successful relations. At the same time, don't think that you're wasting your time in investing human capital. Human
Correct.
capital will be the core of your life.
And that will
Without human
remain the core forever, isn't it? This is some resource that you invest on which remains with you forever. Because once
exactly,
you have met a
and
person, he's there in your memories.
of course, and it is not just in business sense, by the way.
I agree.
You are socializing while you are building your business network. It should be a source of having joy. You have to enjoy it first. If
Yeah,
you don't enjoy, if you don't love it, you cannot do it. And another important, before I pass to your second question, another important thing is loving what you're doing so far. If you're doing services, if you're producing some product, or if you're, if you need to do ABC like networking for this
correct.
purpose, learn to love it. If you don't love it, you cannot be successful. Fortunately, you have to love, deep love, by the way, and really real love. I
Yeah,
can
I
say,
agree. I
for
completely agree with you.
true purposes. So coming to your second question, I
Hmm.
believe in three C's, by the way. Three
Okay,
C's is cooperation, collaboration, and coordination.
that's great.
If you don't collaborate, if you don't cooperate, if you don't cooperate also, collaboration, coordination, and what I said,
Cooperation, collaboration, and coordination.
coordination, exactly. So those unification of those three will bring to you success. If you don't control your business, you cannot manage it. If you cannot manage it, you cannot be successful. So if I'm, even you can be standalone. By the way, you don't need a team, big teams also. If you want to be an entrepreneur, you
Yeah.
can be. If you want to be a one man or one business, person show.
Hmm.
I don't discriminate between men and women. One woman show or one man show instead of
Correct.
saying one human show.
Yeah.
So it can happen, but please make sure you collaborate, coordinate, cooperate with the teams of the companies you're serving your services or you're selling some product. So then you can feel you're the effective team member. But don't forget, you have to lead it. You
Agree.
have to be really strong in managing the things and controlling the things first. If you don't control, you cannot manage. If you don't manage,
You cannot succeed.
you're unable to have the success at
I
the
agree.
end of the day.
So success actually comes from a proper management, and a proper management, as you rightly said, comes from what how are you controlling all the things, not only yourself. I would just like to add a couple of things here. You not only need to control yourself, you also need to control your surroundings, so that the
Of course.
surroundings act as per what you wish them to act on. Otherwise,
Yeah.
you will start acting the way the surrounding wants you to act on. So, very rightly said. One important thing that I really took from you while you were talking, and wanted to add a couple of statements out there. In networking, normally people think that I should only meet up people who are of business interest to me, or I should only meet up people who have an inquiry for my business, or something like that. Whereas actually, it is you should be meeting people other than businesses also, because you never
Collect
know.
people.
Yeah, you never know
Collect
who
people.
can connect
Exactly.
you with
For
others and who
example,
can
let
bring.
me give you an example. I'm not in real estate business, but
Hmm.
I visited very tremendous real estate funds and even the trustees
Hmm.
in UAE, in Saudi, just to learn their business models. Even they are not my priorities.
Correct.
Don't think priorities, by the way.
Hmm.
Just need as much, but I mean, not meet like you are meeting friends.
Correct.
Those you have to know, those are professional. business contacts.
Mhm.
So, but meet as much sectors, as much industries without discriminating or without trying to filtering.
Okay. Figen, let's have a rapid fire now. Okay, I
Yeah,
have heard a lot about you, and you have really thrown some good light onto what a person should be looking at into the entrepreneurship journey and all. I would like to bring in a couple of more insights about you, about Figen as an individual, and about Figen as an entrepreneur. And so, one word answers to these. Uh, what will be that word if I ask you to describe yourself as an individual?
as an individual, I can describe myself. I have the perseverance. Perseverance is important. Uh,
Absolutely.
if you don't have it, you're
Quite an
not going to
important
come
word, quite an important and a
after
very, very heavy word, rather. Okay.
passions. Exactly. This is number one.
Next question coming your way. One word for describing yourself as an entrepreneur.
As an entrepreneur, I can describe myself three words actually.
Give
Um,
me the top one.
yeah, the positive, positive,
Positivity. Absolutely.
positive.
I'll give you a chance to talk about the other two as well. But one thing that you love the most about your entrepreneurship journey, maybe just describe it in one statement of the journey of last 10 years. If you have to summarize it in one statement, what it would be?
Winning.
That's the ideal summary. Anybody would love to have it. Uh,
After putting enough effort, you will see some good things are happening.
it is
I
bound
just
to
talk
happen.
about the negative things, blood, tears, sweat. But at the end of those pain, know that if you endure enough,
Right.
uh, if you stay tight,
Hmm.
and if you don't give up
Hmm.
and stay strong, then at the end of the day, of course, there will be some good achievements. You will feel like you win.
Next question coming your way, Fijan. The, the most important thing that an entrepreneur should be beware of.
Tough world, tough,
Okay.
tough world,
And
really tough world. You
and
have to fight
okay,
back.
absolutely. Uh, Now three words. Okay, I need three words on this particular question. Uh, Basis your experience of 10 years, the three keywords that every entrepreneur should keep repeating every time in order to succeed in business. Three things.
Of course. One, strength.
Okay.
You have to be strong. This is
Hmm.
the strength is the first one.
Okay.
And the second one is self confidence.
Hmm.
And the third one is self motivation. So, strength. Strength means, by all means, strength in your positive attitude, strength in your, fighting capabilities, strength in speaking up for yourself, defending yourself, and confronting with many hardships or difficulties, barriers, unethical behaviors, unfairness again. So, strength is important. And you have to be self-confident, believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, nobody does.
I agree.
Okay? You
Nobody
have
will
to
believe on
start
you as well.
believing in yourself. And the third thing, as I say,
Self motivation.
motivation, because nobody will motivate you other than yourself. You
True.
have to have the purpose in your life while you are waking up in the morning till
Hmm.
you go to bed. You have to motivate yourself. Nobody can motivate you other than yourself.
I would have loved that this thing could have continued forever because it's so nice talking to you, Fijen, and a lot of
Same here.
insights coming our way, and
I know.
we have rather gathered a lot more insights than what we could have gathered even in a
Just
one-to-one meeting.
one parenthesis I need to add.
Yeah,
You
please.
told me you have to control your surroundings. You cannot control your
You
surroundings.
cannot. I
Let
agree
me
with
also
you.
check it. You cannot control the behaviors of the people, moral attitudes of the people, or ethical, status of the people. People can lie. People can behave in a very shocking ways. So people can do things which you really hate or don't like, dislike. So uh, those can happen.
We have to prepare
Be
ourselves,
prepared.
correct? We have to prepare
Yeah,
ourselves.
they can make you disappointed. You can be upset, and everything can be upside down. You cannot control your surrounding. You can only control yourself. You can only make sure that if you're honest, if you're transparent, if you
Hmm.
did everything, if you with all your power. Of course, you're not flawless. Everybody has mistakes, but if
Correct.
you did with the best intention, then you can fight against those surroundings, by the way, by all means.
Absolutely. So,
The strength is coming from it.
thank you. Thank you for this last addition into this entire thing. It was lovely talking to you, Figen. You touched upon some very
Same
great
here.
aspects
Thank you
of.
so much for
Uh,
giving me the opportunity.
Thank you. It was actually more importantly what we got to understand from you, and with so many countries apart that we both are sitting here uh, on this particular interview table. But a couple of things that I would take back from this particular session was the first one, how to prepare if at all somebody need to enter into this world. The second one, after entering this world, what all it takes to proceed further, progress further, and obviously what you should be doing and what you should not be doing, or rather, I would not say you should not be doing, but rather how
Yeah,
you can be
true.
prepared of what others are doing of that. So
Yeah,
thank
exactly.
you very much, Fijen. It was a wonderful session, and on
Same
behalf
here.
of
Thank you so
Empower
much.
Network, on behalf of the Revolving Perspectives, it's a pleasure to have you here. We would love to get in touch with you again sometime, and collaborate and grow together sometime. Thank
Of
you very
course,
much,
of
Fijen.
course. It's my pleasure, by the way. Thank you so much for giving the opportunity. And I really enjoy talking with you. But we have a time limit. What can we do? Thank you so much
Thank you,
for now.
Fijen. Thank you.